You know what, though? I have to tell you, my mother would say, if I were in a similar situation, I'd probably lose the leg. I lost everything in school. I went to school one time and lost an entire snowsuit. My mother said, how do you lose your snowsuit? You wore it to school. So there you go.
Hear the snowsuit story.
You know, I've gotten so many emails about
I think,
that.
I
Is
think
the time
I
come?
think the time has come for the snowsuit
I don't know
story.
how to tell this though on television, because here's how, what happened was I was like 6 years old and I was going skating on this frozen pond behind my house, like a quarter of a mile with a ledge, and it takes a long time to get there. It's like a trek. So my mother suited me up in this one-piece snowsuit from head to toe and put my skates on with a skate guard so I could walk down to the pond. And when I got there, I had a little emergency.
The big kids probably ripped it off you.
No,
You
no.
think? No.
They should have.
I needed a bathroom breakdown, basically.
Oh, okay.
And it was
And you forgot to put it back on? And
no,
then
it was
went-
it was the number 2.
The hood.
And I knew I'd never make it home.
No wonder you've never told us.
Let's just say the hood got in the way.
I knew I'd never make it home, so I skated off into the woods, and when it was all said and done,
The hood was his bumper dumper.
it was in my hood.
Here, Mom. Here, Mom.
I took a shazizzle in my hood, and instead of dumping it out like I probably should have, you know how kids like race ahead thinking of solutions? I took it home. Because I figured I needed to get rid of it in the toilet, because that's where it needed to be.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I get home, and my mother's having coffee with a neighbor. And she says, why are you home? And I said, well, it's cold out. And she said, how could it be cold? You're suited up in a snow. You just left here an hour ago. And I said, well, I have to use the bathroom. So I started past her, and she reached around to grab my collar.
No.
She's like, you're not going upstairs with that snowsuit on. A dog has pooped in your hood. And she wanted to know how the dog pooped in my hood. I said, I don't know. I'm like in tears at this point. She goes, all these other kids go skating and have a good time, and you come home with a hood full of dog. So finally I said, I did it. Well, no, first the neighbor got up from the table and came over and said, Joan, I think it's human. And at that point, I had to fess up.
She had it analyzed.
I said, well, I did it. Well, then, of course, you can imagine the line of questioning. Why would you poop in your hood and leave it home? So there you go, kids. The moral of the story, don't go skating with me.
No,
I will never. So there you go. I have a leg up on that other guy, don't I? That other story.
There's a toilet on an airplane.
Oh my goodness. Get rid of your one-piece snowsuits, that's all I have to say.
I don't wear hoods either, I'm telling you.
Oh, it's a good thing you don't. I wouldn't go out with you in a hood. Oh, it's a mess.
I told you it was a tough childhood, I wasn't kidding.
Oh,
And I had a perm and tinted glasses. And I was chubby.
Only a son a mother could love, right here.